All right, guys. We haven't posted a video in a bit, and we kind of did a thing. Behind us is a Class C RV. Yeah, we said when our youngest graduates high school, we were going to move to West Virginia. Thus, if you watch some of our videos, we're in West Virginia because we were looking around, figuring out where we might move. Well, one day I asked Shay, what I asked you, Shay?
You just turned to me while we were watching a TV show and you were like, how about we just live in an RV for a while we're still young enough to do it? And I think I shocked the crap out of you when
She said yes.
Sure.
So yeah, it's been what we've had this for
month now.
Month.
Yep.
Month and yeah, month. Actually, we're still waiting for the title paperwork to come. We got to register it before we can leave. So I hope that happens pretty soon. But we are going to hit the road. We're going to travel the USA. Our first trip is going to be off to New York. But before we do that, we figure we better do a little shakeout run. Figure out what we need, what we don't need. Shay, you've done all the organization inside.
Yes. I'm in charge of cleaning, organization, packing, that kind of stuff.
I'm in charge of tools and hoses and outside stuff.
All that stuff. Mechanical stuff. No.
Set the Jeep up to be flat-towed. So we're headed down to Canyon City today to the Abbey. They are a harvest host, so we found that app and we're going to try that out. So we'll give you guys a review of how Harvest Host works in the Abbey, and we're just going to show you our little adventure here.
I'm excited. Let's go. All right, Robbie, how's she driving?
It's like a dream. It's an E450, so it's a big truck. It's got the Jeep in the back. I can barely tell that it's there. Just like when we used to bumper tow our other camper on my big truck. It was designed to handle it. And yeah, we're on our way. Going by Fort Carson right now.
Hi, welcome to our new home. This is a 2025 Thor Chateau RV. It's 30 feet long, and this is where Robbie and I are going to be living for the next however long. But as you can see, we have no children in here, so the bunks that would normally have the kids is now our storage unit. So we'll just label everything. Robbie's running, Robbie's shirts, get everything organized up there. And if we don't want to see it, oh, isn't that nice? We went ahead and took out the jackknife couch, which was very uncomfortable for sitting long term and watching shows, and put in the theater seating. And by we, I mean Robbie. Come on, do you really think I did that? This is going to be Robbie's workstation. Our Starlink is brand new in the box still. We haven't set it up yet, but this is where he's going to be working from and where I'll be doing videos for my Aunt Shazy channel. And then this is a very small kitchen. So the one thing I'm realizing is that we really don't have much counter space. So we're gonna get into cooking and figure that out a little bit more, but it's pretty cool. We can hide a lot of stuff for travel in all of these different spaces. And then come this way, we have a queen size bed. So plenty of room for sleeping back here, more storage space for all of our stuff. We're eventually going to get a TV in the TV box over there that you can't see, but it's off camera. And then the last, but maybe most important spot of the entire RV is our bathroom, which I'm pretty excited with the size of it. Our shower is plenty big. We have a lot of storage in here. Originally, I thought this is gonna suck. There's not much storage, but by the time you put everything like in totes and put them in the closet, you actually got a lot of space in there. So that is the 30-second or however long I've been talking tour of our new home.
We're at the Dinosaur Flats shooting area. You can see.
Whoa,
Whoa,
easy, cowboy.
Easy, that was a quick pan.
Yeah, let's not make people dizzy.
But yeah, you can do some target shooting out here. YouTube doesn't like the G word and probably doesn't want us showing what we're doing, but you can imagine what we're doing. So we're gonna do that. And then Might go look for treasure. All right, we're all done with the G word.
All done.
We had a good time.
I did pretty good.
Shay learned how to put the sights in there right, so she knows where she's shooting.
Yep.
But now, I've never shown this spot to anybody. I'm going to show the world now on YouTube. If you want to come find the Spanish treasure, please go ahead. I don't know where it's at, but yeah, I'll show you some cool rocks and some interesting stuff, and we'll talk a little bit more about how I found this place and if you think I'm cuckoo or not. But yeah,
Way before he met me.
yeah, this is a long time ago. I'm like, do I even remember how to get over here? So,
Oh, bouncy. Wait.
so all right, so we're gonna look for Spanish treasure.
Yeah.
So about 15 years ago, I was down here with the kids and we wanted to go to the Dinosaur Ridge sites because there's dinosaurs down here. They found dinosaur bones. So it's a cool area, and I thought, let's go hiking, let's go exploring. We had the metal detector and we were walking right where we are right now. This is like almost looks like to me today like a cow trail. Like I remember it actually being more of a trail. But yeah, we were just out here metal detecting, exploring, and looking up at this ridge behind me, which is freaking awesome. But yeah, coming up down here was the rock that caught my attention, and there's faces in it. And I was like, why is there faces in this rock? Well, before I even had come out here, weird timing, I was online, I don't know, it's probably something on Discovery, like they're finding treasure, and I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool to find treasure. And so I started like Googling treasure in America, and then I led into Spanish treasure, and then more modern treasures from like gold miners' time and things like that. And then I found a forum. Gosh, I'm going on and on, I know, sorry, but found this forum of people talking about Spanish treasure, and I was like, ah, that's cool, whatever. And then I come out here, and then I come across this rock, and I'm like, what? How is that possible? What is my luck? So let's get to this rock, and I'll show you. That rock right there, I just glanced over, the kids, doing everything. I'm like, there's faces in that rock. That's the direction of travel. So we went that way. I didn't really find anything. But yeah, so we'll go back at the way we came, and I'll show you the next rock that I found that, yeah, led to another interesting clue.
Very curious. I'm very curious. We will expose them all. JJT. Is JJT the person's initials, or does that stand for who they're going to expose?
I don't know. It kind of ticks me off because this rock right here, so you'll see how somebody defaced the rock. That was not like this, what, 14, 15 years ago. But you see how this is really light, and then to the right, and see how it's dark, and see how that is pointing to the right over here?
Yeah.
If we follow that pointer, that takes you to the rock that has the V shape built into it.
Really?
Yeah. All right, so what I show you next is the crux of everything, because I don't know where to go from here. Maybe you do. But this rock right here, look at that thing. See how it's got the V notched in it? You see how it fits perfectly between these two rocks? Mother Nature did not make this rock. Well, it made this rock, but it didn't carve that rock out to fit perfectly between these two boulders and to be at a V like this. So this is where we're gonna leave the story. There's this big rock. Right behind it is the little deal.
Did you show the holes? In the rock?
Yeah.
Go show the holes in the rock.
There's holes in the rocks up here. You know, I've shared this with people on the forums. See all these little holes and how this, like, I think, cause see this fracture right here on this, like that used to be, there used to be a rock up here and it's broke off. But I posted pictures of this and I've had people tell me that that was some demon eater that's protecting the area. I don't know, but
some markings on this one down here too. So maybe this fell off from up there.
could have. But yeah, I've used this as a site to try to line it up, look up over here. Maybe that's pointing to something. I don't know. But that's where we're gonna leave off the treasure hunt today. Man, come out here. If you find the gold, don't report it because the Spanish, we want it back even though it's 2026.
Yeah.
They want their property back. They consider it their property. So if you find it, don't tell anybody. Because if I found it already, I haven't told you.
Woohoo! So another thing that we didn't mention is that we sold Robbie's truck. We sold all of our ATVs and our trailer, and I'm keeping my minivan. But this is going to be our main ride. What year is this?
1997.
1997.
I think it's almost antique.
Almost antique. And it's a stick shift, which I haven't driven in decades, so I'm gonna have to get good at that again. And we are going to have this as our main mode of transportation for the next however long we RV life it. All right, so here's what's really cool is this is our first time staying at a harvest house, and we're staying somewhere that we have been to before, which is the Abbey Winery in Canyon City, Holy Cross. And it's the winery at Holy Cross Abbey is the proper way to say the whole title. But what's really cool here, and a lot of places do, is flights. So we can try 4 different wines. We have got a, I've never heard of this one before. I'm very excited. A Voinier? V-I-O-G-N-I-E-R. Voinier. I don't know. I'm not French. A Chardonnay, that's the Voyageur Chardonnay, a Cabernet Franc, and a Merlot. So we're gonna try a little bit of everything. We'll let you know how it tastes.
It's the next day. It's almost 11 o'clock, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
gotta be out of here by noon.
Gotta be out of here by noon. I went for a run this morning over on the Arkansas Riverwalk. So if you're ever in town, make sure you check it out. Great views of the river, lots of wildlife, warnings about mountain lions and bears. Didn't see any mountain lions or bears, but plenty of geese and ducks. But it was pretty nice over there. And what'd you do, Shay?
I went for a walk around the Abbey. I'm very excited to go back home and do a lot of research and hear more about the history of the Holy Cross Abbey that's here in Canyon City. Obviously, we're staying at the winery. It was built in 1924, but my knowledge of it is minimal, so I'm gonna go do some investigative reporting on that. And I just walked around, met some cool locals. I only saw dogs, no other wildlife. But it was fun. I think I can get used to waking up in an RV in the morning and just going for a walk and looking for local history. I'm gonna love it.
Nice. But now we got to get the RV buttoned up, get it off the leveling box, get the Jeep hooked back up, and then we're headed home.
So what did we learn, Robbie?
Well, we made it home safely,
Did.
but we also learned that we definitely needed this shakeout run. We
learned something big.
gosh, I can't
Something
talk.
big that had we just taken off and done the first trip without this shakeout run, I can't imagine figuring out that we have shite batteries.
Well, we kind of had a clue the batteries were crap because last week we just parked it in front of the house. Relatives were in town and it was cold out. So we were running the heater and like in the middle of the night, heater kicked off. Things are beeping. I get up and look at the batteries and it's saying like 9 volts. I'm like, crap. So I just turned everything off, we sucked it up. And
Froze
then-
our butts off.
But I'm in front of the house, so I just plugged power into the RV the next day, and we were fine. I took a look at the cables. They're corroded. I cleaned them up, did all that. Battery showed it was charging. It actually went to a full charge. And then we go on this trip. And last night, I mean, we weren't really running. The only thing running is like the fridge and a couple other little things. And we had the TV running off the Jackery. And all of a sudden we have no power.
Nothing.
So these RV deep cycle batteries, they're probably 2 to 3 years old. Who knows what somebody did to them before us? Because, I mean, this rig is a year old. And I also learned we went to Home Depot. I had to make this because there's smart technology within all this computer stuff. And this is a grounded, neutral, bonded plug. Because if you try to plug into a Jackery with a 30 amp RV, it goes, there's no neutral. We're not going to power anything. So of course the power of the internet and Google and YouTube, I found like, oh yeah, you need to spend $5 at Home Depot. So we literally drove to Home Depot.
Thank God for that YouTuber. I just like Google searched it and some YouTuber was like, boom, boom, boom. We were like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I was able to plug this in and then we had power. So yeah, got home. Since we've been home, I've done some research going lithium ion. A little more expensive than a regular
Don't cheap out on
lead
batteries.
acid battery that you would get at your auto store. But you know what? They last like 10 years. Well worth the investment.
We're going to be boondocking
Yeah.
through
So,
Harvest Hose quite a bit. Our first Harvest Hose experience was amazing.
yeah, it was.
If you ever have the opportunity to go to Canyon City in Colorado and stay at the Holy Cross Abbey and Winery, wow. What he went running this morning, like he mentioned earlier. I just walked around the winery. No one was there because they don't open till noon. We were out of there by noon. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I can't say enough about it. I was very happy with it. But yeah,
So we're gonna do one more shakeout run. I
We're gonna
think
do
the
another
weekend
one.
before we actually hit the road, by then we're gonna have more stuff.
everything's set. I'm glad we did this also because I was freaking out about storage space and not having enough in the bathroom and not having enough for our clothes and everything. And I'm really confident now that we have more space than we need. So I'm excited about that. And I think that's all I have to offer.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. We've been yapping for quite a bit here, but yeah, make sure you stay tuned. We're gonna be hitting the road soon and
We're
driving
gonna go to
across.
so many cool places.
Yeah, so we'll get to
many
share
cool
that
places.
with you. So, appreciate you watching.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hit the like button.